What a challenge. Well, let's see what shenanigans and hijinks I'm going to get up to up here. Anyway, let's start with the evaluators. Miguel. Oh my goodness, you packed in a lot of information into that evaluation. Lots of content. Really liked your visual demonstrations on the recommendations of how to use the stage. And I think there was a lot of other visual stuff where you used the stage very visually. And I wish I had more examples. What I also really appreciated about Miguel's evaluation was his focus on May and on the speech. And it was really a focus on trying to serve the speech and the speaker of how to make their speech crafting better. Need to give a recommendation and being nitpicky. I look forward to your next speech. I don't know, I know it's a go-to one, but let's find another one. And figure out, I'd recommend to Miguel to figure out a slightly better way of using notes. Next, Mark. Really, really appreciated to see his research that he'd done in collaboration together with Mama Ya. He clearly knew a lot about the speaker's history, and I feel that was actually very helpful to have shared. He also had some lovely linguistic use, where is he here, with the rhetorical questions, which I really enjoyed. A very clear analysis of the speech. However, and maybe this was me not listening properly, but I didn't really hear any recommendations. So, and then it became a bit lost in a summary of the speech, which we have heard. It would have been quite nice to hear more about the recommendations. And I'm ending on a recommendation. Soz, got to go on. Next, Josh. I love seeing you up there. Sorry, I love seeing Josh up there. No notes, deep admiration. What I really appreciated about Josh's evaluation was that he really let us into the research that he put into his evaluation of Richard's speech. So he let us in, he said he'd had a conversation with Richard beforehand, and I thought that was quite helpful and educational for us, taking notes for when we give evaluations. Excellent, no notes. One tiny recommendation, or just a challenge to think about. When we're up here, so we're in a left-to-right society. We live in a left-to-right society. When we're up here, left to right is from here to here. When you're sitting down over there, left to right is from here to here. Be aware of that next time and play around with that next time you're evaluating. A lot of us are doing it, and sometimes we're getting, anyway, tiny nitpick. Looking forward to the next to the next evaluation, really, the same thing. Hi, linguist, Scott. Lyricism and shenanigans. Best word of the day. I love shenanigans, I use it all the time. Excellent in the beginning. Scott has this sort of two-part role. He has something at the beginning of the meeting and then a longer bit at the end. I really appreciated his demonstration of what he was looking for in the beginning of the meeting, and then just thoroughly enjoyed the ride of the evaluation at the end of the meeting. It was humorous, it was energetic, I felt like I was in a very excellent university lecture, like they put on telly, because it's fun. And the love of words was of language became very clear. Challenge, because content, delivery, physical presence, all of that was absolutely excellent and really compelling. Play around with how you use your voice, how high, low, singy, songy, whatever. I don't know. It may go completely tits up, but I'd recommend that he play around with it and see what shenanigans and hijinks he comes up with that. Moving on. Toastmaster, hi. Stephen, an excellent, great energy in the beginning, made us laugh with his humble nod. I really liked that he asked the evaluator to read out the objectives of the speech. However, he only did it once. I don't know if he gave the evaluator a heads up. I wish he had. Don't know if he has or hasn't. Especially with this type of speech, the evaluation and feedback speech. I would love to hear what feedback a speaker is working on, in particular at that stage of their speech progress, because it would affect what kind of feedback I might give them. So that would have been handy for Miguel to give, but it would have also been handy for Stephen to give Miguel a heads up to. Don't know if they had it. Oh, yeah, and he, I think the Toastmaster only asked the first evaluator to do this, and it would have been quite handy if all of them had done it, and if that had been planned into the timekeeping of the meeting. Rushing on. Table topics evaluator, Robert, very insightful, beautiful, demonstrated, well-balanced, engaged, and it was not at all, we had a lot of guests and aspiring members speaking up here. It was not at all patronising along the lines of, oh, we know it's your first time and it's very difficult and scary. No, he took everybody as full speakers and it was beautiful. Only challenge, performance, I don't know, it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. That word, you gave an excellent performance up there. But we can talk about that later, and maybe that's just my personal pet peeve. Table topics master is not here, is over there. Loved the table topics monster, made me laugh. Excellent and well-picked questions. Loved the focus on picking, oh God, that's so bad. Aspiring members and guests. And, oh, language, you have to speak for, no, it's an invitation to speak for X amount of time. That's my recommendation. Timekeeper, great, keeping us all to time. Recommendation, tell us how well we're doing and how late we're running overall. And great for picking another aspiring member or guest. It was brilliant, you're amazing, I love you all, thank you, bye.
Thank you very much, Cindy. What a wonderful meeting. I ask you, where else?